Hold on, let me turn the audio input down just a little bit here. So, I know that I'm a bit late for our stream today. I apologize for that. I got into curating the new mod pack, and as you can see here, we've got quite a few mods in this pack. And I say mod pack, and that's that is an let me just... Oh, no, I can hear that, but you can't if I turn that off. Okay. Apologies. Still trying to figure out how this whole thing works. I say mod pack, but that really isn't the best way to describe this. One moment, let me close my door. I turned on the stream before I closed my door. Oh, my dog's in here. I can't close it all the way. Yep. So Moose Dog is in here. And I say mod pack because this is a attempt to get these mods to work together by the Amorphous Dreams Cabal, because at one time I played with many of these installed and they worked. They were throwing errors, but they worked. Now I'm trying to recreate it with actual versioning and some level of knowledge as to what I'm doing. As you can see, there's a lot that I could add to this pack, and there's a lot planned. These are just the uninstalled mods. But I'm going back through and favoriting... apologies for the quick scrolling again. That's not the greatest thing. But... these are set up to... all of the favorited mods at the current build version are designed to be as vanilla plus as possible. You may agree or disagree with me whether or not I've achieved that particularly. There's... and the reason that using the word mod pack is not a good or precise variation is because people often like to think, especially on the Steam Workshop, that I'm going to just re-upload this stuff. No, that's not what I'm doing. Instead, the goal is to add these things together into a working load order of mods, and then keep up with, because we have an audience and people who are engaged with the content, keep up with and ideally ahead of problems that then occur because of version updates. And since we're on build 42 now, and they're working on multiplayer for that, I don't have nearly as much difficulty with that as if we were still developing on build 41. Because this is a build 41 mod pack. It's old, it doesn't have the new NPCs, and honestly, I'm fine with that. One of these days, we will get to build 42, and we'll update most of these mods to build 42, and I'll rebuild it. But... at the moment, I'm trying to make a multiplayer-friendly, long form survival mod that feels like classic hit zombie movies plus, you know, my weird take on zombie apocalypse survival. And I know, people are gonna say, why have you had this? Oh. That's right, I can't use standard vehicle upgrades for Filibuster Rhymes because while I have Filibuster Rhymes, I'm using the animation beta version of that mod. if so, this is one great example of a mod that I would like to get working with the current load order, because the same thing happened with some of Slayer's mods. Some of Slayer's mods had some serious he turned I don't know the gender of this person, I shouldn't assume. Slayer removed their stuff from the Steam Workshop and then updated it to build 42 exclusively. And while I'm not going to chide them for that, they should have full control over their they should have full control over their stuff. I wish that they had left a build 41 compatible version up on the thing for this reason. Let me go actually show you the issue that we're having. At the moment, I'm just turning on a handful of mods that I wanted to show you since the last viewing of VO5. And technically, that would make this VO6. But I had a major conflict that I was trying to work out in VO5 that, God, I hate that that exists. We're going to hide that because that was incredibly rude, and I didn't even realize they used that. God, that was... oof. Okay. They could have just said cheap. They didn't have to say... yeah. There's also the possibility of different kinds of NPC frameworks. I've got a couple set up here. There's one for Braven's mod, which you'll see here in a minute. I've got Moodles turned on for just about every condition you can have active, which should allow you to see when you're actively getting out of breath and deal with it. It's supposed to feel like you're much more in the character. The reason I actually wanted to do this was because, um, hmm. I'm gonna have to go turn that other search containers off, but oh, okay. I think I have this mod in 2 other mods that have expanded compatibility, so we're gonna hide that one just for now. Turn on the traps and the kits and the fire trails. So like I said, this is all supposed to feel very vanilla plus, and because this is a simulation-based game, a huge portion of our um sorry, I keep getting caught because I keep switching my own. I either need to focus on my vocals or I need to focus on reading. That's a really difficult thing for me because ADHD. So it's all supposed to feel very vanilla plus, and that's because I want the game to feel like, yeah, the assumption for most I want the game to go against the assumption of most zombie survivals. Um, in Hi buddy, hey buddy. He hears me stressed out because I'm having difficulty. I don't have a script, I'd like to say. I come on completely unscripted every day, and I feel like it shows. That said, I want it to go against the major assumption of most zombie survival games that are out there at this time. And one of the biggest assumptions of zombie survival games is just the fact that we don't see the outbreak happen. Well, that's a huge portion, at least. Or since we're following a single group of people, we never really see the outbreak happen. But there used to be a huge group of old choose your own adventure games that started like on day zero. And the answer for the zombie infection for most of those was, yeah, you either end up not really seeing the shit go down, excuse my language, or you end up being fairly close to the middle of it and it expands rapidly. Instead of that, I wanted to see what would happen if our game assumed what happens in the first week, the first month, the first year after the apocalypse. And you start at the beginning, not already in the apocalypse. So there's people around. But there's also this problem where the zombie virus doesn't just stop because it kills us. It doesn't just stop evolving. It doesn't stop getting worse. There's a reason why it keeps these zombies mobile and active and infectious. And a huge reason for that is because and it was this thought that brought me to, okay, so what happens then if the virus doesn't just stop evolving once the zombies exist? What if it uses the zombies as a means of getting worse? It's a continual biological hazard that continues to adapt to us, continues to try to perpetuate itself. And the response to that is, we had been fighting this for a while. It wasn't just something that escaped from a lab. It's something that multiple people on multiple continents and secret research facilities knew about. And it just became infectious in a way that they couldn't anticipate. It didn't escape the lab as much as the lab turned into ground zero. You can kind of assume similar things for hospitals and other things. which is why I've got barricaded doors and improved furniture barricades and other stuff put into this, is because the zombies are supposed to be threatening at first, but they're supposed to get worse. And the response, that's supposed to feel like it's pressuring a response from the world around you, so that it doesn't, so it feels like there is actually a world around you. There's responses to this. And in build 42, they let you like disable the final solution event, and I believe at one time in build 41 there was a mod that added a quest line to disable the final solution event in game, but I don't know whether or not that ended up continuing to exist, because several mods had been just completely removed from the Steam Workshop. So so without further ado, we're going to show you VO6, and I know that it says I'm playing VO5, but this is VO5 with a couple of adjustments, and I've taken out the week before mod. I don't actually have the susceptible trait forced on characters, because it's intended that the susceptible trait should auto-populate to your chosen traits, and you can get rid of it for minus 11 points rather than take it for plus 11. I've been trying to figure out some way in Lua to update that, because I didn't want to just give the everyone is susceptible, because that is another mod that you can put in, but it doesn't make it an option. There's other things I can do in here, like I have the expanded skill point boosts on because of the current because of the current dev test. It allows me to do things like grab the other non-dynamic traits and part of the reason that I grab all of these is because I want to get because I would like to get directly into as much of this as possible and show you what a upper level character is able to do. And because most of these traits are dynamic, if you take them at the very beginning of the mission, the spawn, they won't be. But if you do take them right at the beginning, I know I have all my freaking version numbers mixed up, but this is supposed to be Let me actually see if you start with engineering equipment, medical aid, Lightfoot nimble. Let's drop Piercer and also this 25 skill points trait and then hit save again. We've been playing Val Tenant for a minute. I rezzed Val Tenant as a Federal Ranger in full military gear. Let me check their I don't know where the type torso extra vest unders come from. I'll have to check those. There is currently a clothing. I do have the all clothing unlock option for this character. So let's show you Val Tenant. She's been around for a while through all of these versions. Ideally, I want to program her as a NPC in game, similar to Braven's NPC framework. Now that we're actually in the game, I'm sorry that it took until 2, but since we usually start about an hour late, I'm thinking about pushing back my time scale back to 2, which means I'll probably hit 5 more frequently when I end up streaming, but that's okay. I'm willing to do that. Oh dear. One moment. I have to excuse myself. I forgot to take my meds this morning. I'll be right back. Excuse me for that. I was so worried about not making the stream on time today, and I didn't, that I forgot to take care of myself. Work-life balance. Work-life balance. Aki is chiding me in the back of my head for that right now, just so you know. I'm getting it from both ends. Hee hee. Sorry, that was awful. All right. We also, I think, have heavy load, reduced endurance, heat, sprint disabled, losing HP. Okay, well, the easiest way to fix that issue. Wow, I started with a whole. Those don't have. Oh, the icons haven't loaded yet. Okay, Valtenant's old bag, school bag, key ring, survival vest, duty belt, shells, bandolier, fanny pack. I should have. Oh, well, I'm not as overloaded as the last stream. If you've ever wanted a belt to actually function as a belt, this expands your belt. Belts Plus expands your belt to be able to have the same number of slots as your tool belt. However, that doesn't necessarily mean, which just means you can hook as many things to it. However, the capacity doesn't change much. I still don't know why the images aren't loading. That might require the game to be in Go mode. Right click for settings. Oh, I have a... Oh, it's because you have to search the containers. I forgot to turn off the other search containers mod. One moment. Pardon me for that. I needed to catch that because I have two mods that do the same thing and they need to not. Yeah, yeah. So just pardon me while my Lua loads. Wow, that's a lot of code. I really hope we're not crashing just now. Okay, so let's explain a little bit more about our mod pack that we've got here. Did I save the mod pack before I... Anyway. It's supposed to contain similar ideas. Oh, yay, it worked. It's supposed to contain similar ideas to... You know, one second. Let me see if there is immersive looting. We're going... Oh. I will have to find LIF later, but at least I know that that one... No posters. That one must have been deleted. Yes, that was sanity up there. Eventually, there will be a need to... That's right, we're not on a release yet. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Alright. Restroom's calling. I'll come back to tell you guys all about the popular culture that I've been referencing. Okay, we're back, and it looks like it just reloaded. Oh, did we get some errors? Looks like we got some errors. That's okay. We're gonna have to reload the sandbox. Anyway, so one of the starters I've got is Ed's Auto Salvage. It starts off as a really, really decent place to be able to hold out from zombies. Yes, there are windows and doors on the first floor, but that's okay. Eventually I'll figure out some way to like actually remove windows from walls or something. I don't know, but as for now, it's okay. It has a whole second story that is semi-fortified that you can deal with. Um, that said, the common stuff that we are doing here is the popular culture stuff that I've been referencing is at least somewhat from group. Some of it's inspired by The Walking Dead. Some of it's inspired by 28 Days Later. Some of it's inspired by Z Nation and World War Z. Classic horror films, classic zombie series. And even some of the more recent ones where, since we know much more about diseases and viruses and how they work, they're both more understandable and kind of more scary because we understand just how little and how we can do against them sometimes and how dangerous they can be. And I know the word zombie is highly associated with certain cultural practices, but in my sense, in my sense, I like to reference them much more as some of the content in here is referenced by The Last of Us, so I'll go there. Everyone was horrified by The Last of Us cordyceps fungus, which is fair. It's a horrifying thing, but most people assumed that it was a brain fungus. But it's only a brain fungus at the end of its life. Ooh, errors popped up. We'll have to take a look at what those errors are. But at least there's only 42 of them. We had 5,000 the other week. Okay, that's where the conflict was. So there's some stuff that's very 28 Days Later. There's some stuff that's very The Last of Us. And in that sense, I need to check to see if immersive barricaded start is on because I also have wait my ass on. Um, they do some of the same things, and I don't want them to spaghetti. As yummy as spaghetti is. But like I said, cordyceps is only a brain fungus at the end of its life. The rest of the time, it's a muscular fungus. It um, affects the and hijacks the musculature and nerves that control it within its hosts and victims um, motor motor system, limbic system, which makes it a much more horrifying thing to think about because that means these ants are sick. They're probably aware that they're sick, and there's not a whole lot they can do. In the same sense, in this setting, I've tried to set it up that being a zombie up until the point where you actually turn into a zombie is not terrible. You can there is a cure, and the only cure isn't just cutting your arm off and calling it a day. Though you can do that. Trust me, it's supposed to be a long form survival game, and I will happily let you play Merle. But at the same time, the there's a mod I've got that I'm planning on that gives a percentage chance for you to turn into a player zombie. I'm not sure how that'll work with the mods I've got in and all that, but it's supposed to function as a means of going, yes, you've been zombified, but for whatever reason, you're still in there and you're still in control. Whereas Z Nation, if you haven't seen it, is a good example of this. Though I can't say Murph is necessarily in control. Versus the. Oh, and there's another mod in that makes zombies, once you have a certain infection percentage, just ignore you. Though that does mean that because of the factional change, bandits in the NPC Bandits mod and Day 1 may attack you instead if they perceive you as a zombie. So, yeah, let's. It didn't start me with the bag that I had selected. That's weird. Capacity 6, encumbrance direction 10. Mm. 60. Okay. Bandages. So let's grab the tweezers, suture needles, sterilized bandages, and scissors and throw those in our sewing kit. And then we're going to take our smoke bombs, our noisemakers. Painkillers used to make painkillers. Oh my god. Huh. I wonder why the hiking bag only has a 10 capacity. It only has a 6 capacity. I think there's a weird rebalance going on here because these bags used to have significantly more capacity. So like significant. And apparently I can use a gas mask and a welding mask at the same time. That's just a weird thing about the workshop mod. I want that torch in my backpack. Painkillers. Antibiotics, alcohol wipes. Those can all go in a fanny pack. Tent kit can go. Oh, maybe not. That can go in there. That can go in there. Can go in there. Go in there. Oh, I already have a campfire materials and a tent kit. That's weird. I don't know why that doubled up, but we'll have to figure it out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clank. Well, I'm not over or encumbered anymore. I need to... Oh, that's right. Grab one. Grab... Oh, those have stuff in them. This is why Let Me Think is such a good mod. Box of tea bags. Oh, I have auto search on. So the searching mod that I have right now, because I also have auto loot on, it allows you to search containers when you're not doing anything else. So it'll pop up when you find stuff. You just have to remove within range of the container. Ooh. Oh, that was the crafting menu. Sorry. Pickup isn't working. Oh, it's because I wasn't close enough to it.
Stop right now.
I don't see any vehicles. Normally you spawn with the vehicle spawns right there. Still throwing errors, but it's not too bad. There was one of those guys with a crowbar. I might have to go back and grab that. Oh! Oh no! That one sprints. So does that one. Fuck. Excuse my language, but why are they all sprinting? No, 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 no. Oh, I'm dying. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh. Getting killed.
Quick, we need to go in.
Hold on, let me grab my mini health panel. I think my mini health panel is... Oh, yeah, there we go. I need to... Okay, good. Ah, I got bit. Oh, it's not friendly. Bitten. Shh. Crap. Hmm. I had bandit. Oh, they're in my sewing kit. can't pick it up again. That's weird.
I flew! Oh!
No, get off of me. Ack! Ow! Jerk. Oh, he's dead too. Well, this is not going well. I'm going to have to reload the pack to see what's going wrong. But thanks for staying with us so far. I do not know why the antique stove is having issues. I'm going to have to revert back a version and see what I did, but that's why I have these mods installed the way I do. So, also, I'm still on my broken tilty chair. Luckily, it hasn't tried to yeet me off of the chair yet. I'm sorry this loading screen takes so long. That was incredible, though. That was incredible to see. I did not expect. Yeah, I totally did not expect that horde of zombies at the Ed's Otto's outfit. Out of breath, sleepy, training target, traps don't break, wait my ass. Ammo boxes while walking, bandage status, and melee XP share. Forgot that was not on. We're gonna keep those off for a while. Hmm. Oh, that's right. I don't have monkey's lib. Hmm. The thing is, I don't actually see. there's a lot here. Let's see if this is broken. I don't think it the weird thing is I don't know why those bags got so small. It might have been, I might have to check my configs, but it's easier to enable the ones that I had again after disabling them because it populates those options to the bottom of the sandbox list. I'll show you that in a minute. We're gonna end our stream at 4. It does take me a little bit of extra time to do this because I am recording what I disable and enable to see whether or not I can recreate these issues moving up from VO5. Also, I've designed it so that you can build layered defenses in the game. Fences and walls are treated as much harder targets for zombies to attack. Well, softer defenses are see, here we go. We also have RV interior, advanced trajectory. This one is really, really big. It's not actually advanced trajectory, it's advanced trajectory with the realistic overhaul, which was re-uploaded by someone else off of the original mod and has apparently not received any pull-down requests. I'm not saying this so you should go pull it down. I'm saying this because those are completely different mods that use a bunch of the same code. Advanced trajectory originally treated cars as concealment, which means they don't actually protect you from bullets, they just make it harder for people to shoot you when you're behind them. Whereas the modern advanced trajectory treats them as the current realistic overhaul treats it like cover. Vehicles can get damaged when you're getting shot at inside of them. but they'll also take those hits rather than you do, which is good. This character build should not be available for any players who get into it, but you should be able to build something similar, and I'm trying to add trait magazines to the game so you can earn the traits through playing. You can totally end up being a total badass in this. One of the metas in this mod pack is medieval armor on bicycles. Bicycles don't run out of fuel. They do have technically a hot wiring requirement, but with the right hot wiring compatibility from Braven's thing, because Braven's bicycles adds the bicycles, you can hotwire them for free. They never unhotwire, like the overhaul mod from Braven says, and as long as you're not exhausted, you can ride around it on a bicycle at pretty decent speed above what sprinters can do, especially even before I reduced the sprinter speed, because sprinters, especially in this mod pack, get a huge buff at night, for example. And that's on purpose. They're supposed to come out and be active at night and be faster and more aware. But the issue is also that because that applies, it causes big problems with like their base speed. So I slowed them down, and now you should be able to outrun them and instead just not get sidelined by something as frequently. It means they're about as fast as you are. Oh. Tweezer secondary. Friday! Nice bandages. Capacity 10. But the school bag has a... What? This is interesting. Okay. There is something going on with the containers, because the hiking bag is supposed to have a higher capacity than the school bag, and they don't, which is weird. So let's figure this out. Something I enabled gave 20 more capacity to those school bags, and that's neat. There's something spaghettiing, and I know that I can get some good footage in if I can just figure out what that spaghetti is, because it wasn't an issue back in VO5. Like, that's why this is such an interesting thing to come across right now, is because I have 30 minutes of me getting my ass kicked, but also that 30 minutes is this mod pack working without this specific problem. So let me go recheck the bags again and see what we can do. That's not the right word. I feel like it has to be that one. Okay, so let's remove it and see if that does anything. Because the hiking bag also didn't show what mod it was from, which makes me think that it's a vanilla rebalance doing it. Otherwise, it would have said, like, Soul Filter's Awesome Time, which is also installed. Oh, my neck hurts. Oh. I'm sorry that this is taking just so long to load. But yeah, some other examples of... Also, I don't know why I keep spawning in that specific building. Because originally Ed's Auto Salvage would have you spawn in a number of buildings surrounding Ed's Auto. But for whatever reason, the combination of mods I have seems to only prioritize spawning in that singular location. Which I guess is actually a lot better for, Wait. Wait. Oh. Darn it. I forgot to turn week 1 off. Dun dun. So. I am not sponsored by any of these mod authors either. None of them, I'm not sure many of them know about me. I've reached out to a couple of them through both Project Zomboid and other games to make mod packs like this. The greatest number of them I haven't, but I did attempt to. They didn't always get back to me. Oh, it hurt. Dad. Sorry about that. Yeah, like these are deprecated and I don't know how to or what they do. That is my dog running at the laser. He loves it. So yeah. That was another one of my AI pinup girls that I'm gonna repaint. Very my style. But I need to speed up during chase. Let's turn that up to 600 to give us some generous. Hmm. Oh, the plus 100 skill points. Oh, the plus 300 skill points trade. Oh, what? It's weird. It says I'm at negative 200 now, but there's only one plus 100 skill points. Trade. See, now I'm getting some interesting stuff. Oh, no, I remember what it is. That took a minute. Well then. I didn't load one, so I saved over the... Hold on. I modified the wrong one. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the current rebalance of the costs and stuff also sometimes puts characters in a negative when they choose their occupation. I'm trying to fix that too. That's why we give a plus 100 stat at the very beginning. And that's why our stats even out. The other options in there are some are my admin account. Oh, great screen. We're still loading. I can hear it. The Lua's just upset. We have not frozen, by the way. Here we go. It was just being upset because of a high load order. Now, we are still testing to see if that bag pack mod was causing the issue, because there's a bunch of modded bags now. So it didn't register my click. Wonderful. Aki's really wondering when she gets to smash some more zombies. We're having some more not respond issues. I wonder why that is. It wasn't an issue just a minute ago. It's okay. We still haven't frozen. Oh, I might not have item stories turned on. Let's see if our... No, our hiking bag's still at capacity 10. That has a capacity of 19. More traits. Hmm. It's supposed to start me with a backpack, a much bigger one. Hmm. Something actually reduced those. This is interesting. I don't know what's going on, but I hate that it takes minutes to load. This is why this is eventually going to be a multiplayer pack, because then it's just a matter of putting it on a server. Because then people don't have to load all the Lua themselves. It might not work multiplayer for a long while, though. Hmm. So the bag mod seems to actually be working. The difficulty is that it seems like the more traits backpack, the hiking pack you get from it, um, as well as something else is overriding my Atlas pack. So let's go and turn that back on. Very small edits to have very long wait times. Eventually, I'll clean out the rest of that mod load order. Currently, I think most of the enabled vehicles are supposed to increase the feeling of a military presence, and well, there's some iconic cars thrown in there too. You can find all of the following in the Amorphous Dreams pack: a M4 Sherman tank with working turrets, the Winchester Impala, the Mystery Mobile Type 2 van, and the DeLorean Time Machine DMC-12, and the um and the Ghostbusters 66 Miller Meteor Ecto 1. If you were wondering just how bad of an outbreak this was, now you know. So I do want to check something. Should be start with Hmm. Let's show you guys what the exoskeletons can do. That was the other thing I wanted to show you guys, was the hooked belts, like first aid kits, and the advanced first aid kit versus the quiver can also be worn there. So, and tent kits, and yeah, even a toolbox. I'm going to take the advanced first aid kit. There are some things like knee pads and arm pads you can wear. Some of this stuff just isn't in yet. I don't know why. Exoskeletons. Let's see which one of these is dark. That's bright. I like purple. $12. tail. That's so glitchy. That's fun. And this is without the chainmail mod installed. Hmm. I don't know if I have the oxygen tank equipped for the exoskeleton, but it should at least have power. Which increases my carrying capacity and should allow us to just start off. Considering we've got about half an hour left, I'd like to get I'd like to turn the rest of it into just demonstrating some of the stuff we're doing. Yeah, there was hope of a freaking release. Mm. All right, so there was at one time a way to start with a crowbar too. Actually, I think there's still a mod for that. I might do that. It was there's supposed to be like I've been trying to make it so that player characters in this especially have been informed of what's going on. So our stuff is not actually. It doesn't look like our stuff is increasing our anything. But this does have a really, really high reduction. So for now, we're going to just stick with this modded. We can actually show you our protection ratings here too. We've got very good protection, except from bullets on our head and neck, and left and right hand. But it's really hard to get bullet protection. And this exoskeleton actually... Anyway, I don't know exactly how to turn it on at the moment, but let's take a moment. Should have spawned with a tool belt. Oh, small hiking bag. Painkillers, antibiotics, alcohol wipes. Move all of that there. That and that. I unchecked the start with option. Doesn't look like started with Valtenet's old bag either. It seems to double up some of your starting stuff. I don't know why. I'm gonna put those there. And then, ooh. That makes the belts are broken. Okay. Belts are broken. Got it. Don't know why. We'll figure that out later, but they just, look at that. Ooh. Yeah. That's an error we used to have with the old set. I think that might be a problem with the Belts Plus mod, which I just installed. So we'll remove that. It's just got some fucking spaghetti. Excuse me. It's just got some spaghetti that we don't need. Woo. Hate that. I hate that. Now I'm nowhere close to my... Oh, Braven's beating the crap out of him already. Hmm. Throwing arrows when I pick up certain tools. And open certain things. Yeah, I don't think there's any item stories on at the moment. Hmm. Yes, there is a propane tank in my backpack. No, I do not care that it's weird. See, that one says that it's got a certain capacity, but it won't go over that capacity. With tools, see, it says it's got a 26, but it won't let me put a trowel in it. Maybe because it doesn't consider it a tool? Oh, because it's gardening. Oh, no, then the nails won't fit in it either. Oh, can't put boxes of screws in it, but you can put regular screws in it. Can't put welding rods in it. That's strange. Those go in there. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Got it. Hey, I'm not over encumbered either. Oh, hi. Okay, so the antique stove is apparently pick upable, and I have to equip it in a hand. Oh my god, that was dumb. I just stuffed a whole stove in my backpack. Mm. Well, now I don't have to eat with my hands. We're not going to talk about how the fact that it's just that it's from a zombie. We're not. We're not talking about it. Uh-oh! Okay. That's a weird error. Hey, there's a car. This could be useful. I don't have an extra weapon for her. Requires bobby pins. Requires a crowbar. I'm gonna give her my machete for now. Okay, so we're gonna toss that up there and those up there. What else can we give her? What else can we give her? I think that's all we've got for right now. Give item. Oh, I need the cut resistant gloves. Even give item. Machete. Equip orders. Equip item. Orders. Equip item. Cut resistant gloves. I have to wait for her animation to finish. Oh, that's not good. Come on. Before the zombies get to us, please. Thank you. Come on, Braven. Weird loading issues. It's okay. We have lots of errors. Most of those errors are from the belt mod at the moment. Hey, it's hot-wired. Hey, we've got almost... Uh-oh. There's another car there. Now we're receiving lots of errors. Okay. I'm gonna have to check the trace. Oh! Oh! The zombies! Oh no! Is it possible to survive this? Theoretically, yes. But I think I've got something up with the balance of these zombies. I think there's something wrong with the zombie balancing. That was horrifying. I'm gonna go around the block. Breezy, foggy, sunny. Nope. Bye. You're gonna be zombie food in a minute. I don't think there's such thing as an around the block, actually. I'm just gonna go down this road here. Because I can actually return to Ed's Auto Salvage the back way this way. Look at all the cars in the... Ah! It's a bad place for my engine to stall. I really don't want to get out of the vehicle during all of this. I don't think I have the vehicle, I don't think I have the vehicle's overhaul on, so it does make it a little bit harder for the game to register just how powerful this car is. But there is a horde of zombies on me, so that could just be it too. Bam. One of the dumber things you can do in this mod pack at the moment is just back up over as many zombies as possible. They will try to climb under the car, but So many errors. So many errors. The car is getting damaged. That killed a fair amount of them, though, just running them over. Oh, well, maybe not as many as I thought. I am having a little bit of fun just imagining the amount of gore underneath this car right now. The car's damaged. Time to run. Car's damaged. Time to run. Oh, God. Last stand, shall we? My crowbar skills are unmatched, though. Yes, end-level characters with high strength and crowbars. As long as they have to come at me from the front, I'm okay. I don't know if weapon multi-hit is on. But I'm gonna try and dismantle this horde. I think Braven just got bit. It's not good. Oh, yeah, Braven was bit. What do you know? Apparently I only have so much multi-hit. Braven died! My, Ah! Keep swinging! Apparently, I can hit Braven. Which is weird. Ah! Ah! I actually got hit. Did I get bit? No deep wound. I'm spending way too much time out here is the problem. Ah! Shove! Shove, shove! Now I'm in trouble. Ah! Ack! Ugh. Well, we're at 4. My allies died a few times. Some of her stuff is multipled up, I think, because she died. Okay, so the Nox infection errors. Oh, that opens outward. I'm gonna sleep now. Not enough food to sleep. Very poor. Not safe to sleep here. And barricaded, though. I do, at some point, want to figure out... I'm severely injured. Well, that'll end our stream today, guys. We've got a lot of errors